Welcome to Live HVAC Tech. I'm over here in Visalia store today, replacing a couple of condenser fan motor. I had two of them. There's a total of 3 ice machines, but 2 of them, one of the condenser fan motors out on each one of them, so there's 2 units. Let me turn the camera around here. There we go. But this is one of them. I already got that one done earlier, but I had a meeting earlier, so I didn't have time to do a live video, but that's what happens. It's bad. I mean, it's good to change both of them, but you know, we're just gonna change the one that's defective. Eventually the one in the right will go out. The one in the left is the one that I changed out. But over here, the second one that I'm gonna change out here, the other one that I changed over there was for drive-through. This one is for dining, one of them. The other ice machine on the other side is also for dining as well, but this is what I pull out here. The one in the right is working, so we're gonna leave that one alone. But this one, it's no different than a condenser fan motor on your AC, okay? So what it is over time the bearings goes bad. Probably need some oil before, but I don't think it's gonna work. The ice machine is still making ice with one condenser fan running, but it's just in case it goes out, you know. But anyways, look, I greased it. We could turn it, but eventually it'll go bad, so might as well just change it out. So sometime when your AC goes down at home and the fan is not spinning like that, then what I usually recommend people to do is, when it's on calling for cooling, just take a long screwdriver and then kick it on. Sometimes it stays on, but eventually go out on you, so you always want to replace it. The best thing is to replace it. Alright, so this is the new one right here. This is the new fan motor. Yeah. Brand new motor. Let's see how this one's gonna last, huh? Yeah. So anyways, this one is pretty simple. Just 3 wires, color wires, 1 brown, 1 black, and 1 white. Just white to white, black to black, brown to brown. But also runs with the small capacitor here. It's like a little start capacitor. Looks like a 1 microfarads, 10 microfarads. Yeah, but we're gonna put this bad boy back, and then we're gonna wire it up. So here's the wire. But remember, before you disconnect any wirings, any motors, always keep in mind safety is first, okay? Safety's first. Always disconnect your disconnect power before you start taking parts of motors apart or wiring disconnected. Sometimes, you know, those what you call it, the switch, power switch or thermostat can go bad, and it can turn on you while you're working on it. So you always want to disconnect the main power to this unit, so you know for sure that no one is going to turn it back on or is going to kick back on by itself. You know what I mean? So where's the screw at? So basically we're gonna put this one back in place. Yeah, because these motors are supposed to be spinning freely, but over time, you know, due to weather and debris going in, cause the bearings to go bad as well. But these are repairs that any homeowners or business owners could do themselves if they choose to. If not, always great to hire a professional out there, a company to go out there and help them do it. But and that is not too difficult if you're you know, a little techie or like to tinker things. But it's pretty hot up here, man. It's about I would say, I didn't check the temperature up here yet, but it feels like it's about 102 up here. How come my magnet is not holding on? So I got one hand holding the phone and the other hand holding my nut driver. Don't have a GoPro yet. Alright, like so. This is the new wires. It's a little bit long. So what we're gonna do is cut that out. I don't know if you're able to see it. Let's see. There's my pocket GoPro here. Right. Just like everything, you don't have the right tool, you're not gonna have the right view of things. But we gotta work with what we got, right? So I'm stripping these wires here. Probably half an inch is good enough. Strip that off. I always recommend wire nuts would be best. I know some people like to use those butt connectors, but I like using these wire nuts here. They're more reliable than the other ones. Let me show you here if I have one. Yeah, like these right here. For these, I wouldn't recommend using it because they seems to fall off all the time. In every equipment that I run into, it seems to fall off, whoever used it. But I try not to use those at all unless I ran out of wire nuts. But it's pretty simple, wire to wired, common wired. So these wire nuts you can get at Home Depot, Lowe's, anywhere. Any electrical stores. And just like so. Just make sure it's secure and tight. And then we're gonna get this fan motor out. Fan blade, I mean. Like so. But we're gonna have to secure this one and zip tie it. Okay. Like so. Always great to get the wires secured up, so when your fan blade comes on spinning, it won't be cutting the wires. You know, a lot of people, a lot of guys don't secure their wires. They end up cutting it up and have to go back and fix the same problem, and they could have prevented it. All it takes is a couple zip ties and we're good. You know, like so. There we go. There we go. Just like that. Just like that. There we go. There it is. It's not gonna go anywhere. Alright, shit has cleared out. But I always lubricate it. You know. New, old, lubricated a little bit outside so it won't cause it to stick. See, it's spinning freely. Even a brand new motor could be bad. It could be manufacturer defect, so you always want to test it out. Once you got the wired up, what you do is just tighten this screw up. I know some folks doesn't feel comfortable doing it. I wouldn't recommend you to do it if you don't feel comfortable. You know, just like anything else, if you've never done it before, it could be a little intimidating. But once you get the hang of it, just like anything else, the more you do it, the better you get. The faster it is that you get it done. But I always try to compete within myself, nobody else. Like so, there we go. Make sure it's spinning freely. Both fan motor before you cover everything back up, because sometimes you end up have to open it again. Or cup, though. You always try to keep your container together and then clean up your mess every time. I don't know how messy you are. I know I get a little messy sometimes. But as long as we clean up our mess, even though you're not finished with the repair, you always want to put all the cover panels back. You know, sometimes I run, from time to time, I run into equipment that was exposed, wide open, wires, panels all over the place. It just looks really bad on us as a technicians, or a company as well, that we allow these, or I mean, I wouldn't say allow, I would say let these technicians go out there and put a bad reputation on all of us, you know. For me, I think it's not the individual company, but some very few that is the company, but majority of the time it's not the actual company, you know. It's the people that is leading the technicians out there in the field that is not following up and making sure that they pick up at them after themselves and, you know, perform a reasonable and exceptional job to get the customer running, right? Look at that AC right there. It's about to get replaced soon. This one, that's the kitchen, and this is dining. This one is about 27 years old. That one's about 12, 13 years old. Already put in recommendations for replacement. I performed probably about 4 or 5 leaks, big, huge leaks at the condenser coil since I've been here. Different spots. But sometimes you just keep fixing it until they say stop fixing it, you know. But that's all, folks.